Dave knows how.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I got a little issue that I partly caused. I've got this river rock over here that I cleaned in my video about the Super Shaker soil sifter, and we've got it all down. We got new plastic down. It's important to keep the plastic covered by the rock. If not, the sun will quickly degrade the plastic and it'll just become brittle. It's like it has right here where it's been exposed to the sun. It's really brittle. But the problem I got is I got a drainage problem. I wanted to try to control the water which way it was kind of flowing. I wanted it to flow away from the house because, you know, we've got a full basement, finished basement in this house. And just about every basement in this neighborhood floods, except for ours. Ours is the only one that doesn't flood. So, we don't have sump pumps or anything in there to keep it from flooding, but it's never flooded, and I think part of that is because of this plastic and how it sloped away from the house. But it sloped away from the house, and then the yard slopes down this way, and then this part of the yard slopes down this way and somewhat back this way, and we end up with the low spot right where this river rock meets the gravel driveway. So we got loose dirt that's being deposited here. I think I just cut this down too low when I came in here and took all this rock out. This was like a high traffic area because I was driving over it and around it and back and forth. And so this took the brunt of the beating. So I think what I want to do, since I want this water to kind of go that way because I don't want to bring any more dirt on top of this plastic. If I'm going to have dirt run down through here from time to time, and I probably will, I would rather for it to go over into the gravel that's over there. There's no plastic under it, and typically, I mean, vegetation grows in it, and I'm constantly having to go over it with the tractor or spray it with Roundup and stuff like that. So I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna cut this down over here where the gravel is and try to slope it back that way so that this dirt depositing will stop. And instead of the water running right down the middle here, I'm hoping I can divert it somewhere right around in here, maybe, I don't know. I really don't want to get up into here because I don't feel like redoing all that. So I'm thinking about maybe from about right here, cut this down. And I know it's gonna make a hard transition over here where this comes down. It's gonna be, you know, probably a big drop off, but might be a good place to change oil in the car. I can just drive right off of there and it'll be almost like having the car on a lift. I can crawl up underneath it. Anyway, I don't know how it's gonna work out, but I figured nothing ventured, nothing gained. All right, so right here, we're just taking the box blade and we're lightly scraping over top of the gravel. We're trying not to get too much dirt just trying to basically get gravel off the top, but you know, ultimately we end up getting a lot of dirt in this rock. There's a lot of dirt in this rock anyway, you know, because over the years I have, you know, scraped this thing down to get the vegetation out and redistributed the rock and whatnot. Now right here we're using a road blade. We just kind of got it angled and pitched so that we can try to cut a line and figure out how far over we want to be and try to cut that line down to the level that we want that slope to be at, the lowest point. So we're just kind of shaving it down a little bit at a time, not trying to get too aggressive with it. Just shaving it down a little bit at a time until we can figure it out and know that we are down. I don't want to be too hard. I want to be just a subtle angle back towards the parking lot stone, the gray stone. The road blade works real good for doing that. Right here we're just kind of scraping up some more of that rock, because at this point I'm figuring that we're going to ultimately have to do some sifting with that rock. So we threw the boxblade back on. Right here we've pretty much got this thing cut down where we want it, and we're just using the boxblade now to kind of make the transition from the parking area to this flat area a little bit better to deal with. This view kind of gives you an idea of the hill that we're on, you know, and how the land kind of slopes down where the tractor is right now. This was a slow process, you know. I worked on this thing a couple hours each day. So right here we're going to get the Super Shaker soil sifter out. And we're going to sift some of that dirt out of those rocks. I mean, you can see the dirt in these rocks. I mean, look at all that dust coming up. It was a lot of dirt in there, and it just wasn't going to look decent if I just spread that back over there. So we just went ahead and got the shaker out, put a fine screen on top of it so that it would, you know, just take the dirt out and not take any of the rock out. Even the small rock would stay in there. We got a really fine mesh type screen on there. With a fine screen on there like that, you really don't want to get a full bucket, because it simply can't screen it fast enough, especially the angle that I had the machine pitched at. I mean, this amount that I've got in the bucket right now is really more than I should dump on it. And you see all that dust, give you an idea of just how dry it's been. We haven't had any rain here, and it's bound to have been at least over a month. You know, we just haven't had any rain to speak of. So we just kind of caught the gravel as it came off the shaker, and then just brought it over and dumped it to spread it out over the area where we've been working at, just to kind of, get some gravel back on it. And you can see from the dust, we didn't get all the dirt out of it. It still got some dirt in it. But all in all, it turned out pretty good. I mean, it got enough of the dirt out to make it so it's not going to just be a big muddy mess when it does rain, or not be able to see any of the gravel because it's pretty much been consumed by the dirt. And if I hadn't have screened it, that's the situation I would have had. This shaper machine was really a good project to build, and it took me a long time to build it because I kept starting and stopping, and life gets in the way, and at the time it was just a lot of stuff going on in my life, and I had to kind of stop. So it took a while to get this project finished, but when I finally did set my mind to the fact that I was going to finish it and I got it done, I really am glad that I got this machine built, because it does a great job. So there you go. Did it work? I don't know. We're gonna find out, I guess. I mean, I did this without any kind of transit or anything. I just kind of did it by eye. And I don't know if you can tell it in video or not, but it drops down right here, it's probably about 8 inches drop. So, we do have just like a very subtle slope back this way, not real hard. I wanted to kind of have it more or less kind of level in here, just ever so slightly tilted this way. And that way, I didn't want the water to accumulate down in this groove and go really fast down this groove all the way over here. I kind of wanted it to come over and go slow across the entire area. And then that way it won't move so fast and erode away the rock that's there. So, did it fix it? Well, I won't know until we get in the really hard rainy season. It's been dry as a chip out here. But it was worth a shot. If it needs a little bit more attention, I can bring the tractor back over here and pull this rock back up, just like I did before, and take a little bit more down, put the rock back on there and try it again. I think probably one of the next things I'll be doing here coming up soon will be putting the landscape timbers over here on this side. And then that'll slow the water down coming off of that rock over there, which I really am not that worried about, because there's really not any dirt over in that rock. It's mainly when it comes off this hill up here, and when it comes off of this rock and goes over onto the river rock, it would carry dirt over into the river rock on top of the plastic. I didn't want that, so I think this is going to solve the issue, but like I said, I won't know for a while. But hey, it is what it is. It was a fun little project, and I got to play around on a tractor, so it's all good. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.